It's hard to find a happier guy out there than Georgia's Carson Beck after watching the NFL draft last night, just completely puzzling from a Falcons standpoint. But watching 6 quarterbacks go in the top 12 of the 24 NFL draft, if you're Carson Beck watching that, you have to be feeling great because he knows he's going to be picked in the first round next year if he continues to develop and progress and have the 2024 season that a lot of people, including myself, thinks that he's going to have. But the way these NFL teams are picking quarterbacks, it is absolutely crazy. I'm not really sold on any of them. I get Caleb Williams and that arm talent is amazing. Kind of a head case, kind of an oddball, like it or not, that is a red flag. But the talent is easy. I think he could be a guy who could be a franchise-changing quarterback. For some reason, I'm not 100% on board with Jane Daniels. I think he could be a really good starter. I don't think he's going to tear up the league. But if you're Carson Beck, flip side, you're probably thinking, man, if I would have entered the draft, is there a chance I could have been a first-rounder and picked last night? I think there could be. If I'm an NFL GM, I'm picking Carson Beck before J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix. Bo Nix going 12 to the Broncos was laughable. And I'm going to talk about the Falcons pick. You know what? Let's do it right now. The Falcons picked Michael Penix Jr. at number 8 when they just invested for the present in giving Kirk Cousins over $100 million. You're investing in the present and then you draft for the future 4 or 5 years down the road. I don't understand it. The Falcons are not a better team right now than they were last night, and they had the number 8 overall pick. You're not the Packers. You need to win some playoff games. Get to the playoffs before you start thinking about the future. And Michael Penix is good, but still, they could have traded back and got him. I say that, but they probably knew quarterbacks were coming off the board. And teams like the Vikings are going to go all in on J.J. McCarthy. Again, Carson Beck, he's loving this because he knows that you just have to be like an average NFL talent. That's what I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be. At best, he is an average starting quarterback. For Bo Nix, his peak, in my opinion, his best is one of the worst starters in the league. That's a backup on almost every team. And the Broncos are going to put their faith in that guy. Maybe, I think they still have Drew Lock. I would throw Drew Lock out there until he shows you that he cannot 100% get it done. But Bo Nix, coming from that pass-friendly, quarterback-friendly system at Oregon where you get the ball out quick, you don't have to really dissect a lot down the field. The offensive line is good, but they don't have to be perfect because you're really going to your first read. He's a good athlete. I get all that, but man, I don't see NFL arm talent there. Carson Beck has NFL arm talent. He's a guy who I think you can build around. He can make a lot of throws that I think J.J. McCarthy can't and Bo Nix can't. He's shown to be consistently accurate, 10 to 20 yards, intermediate, down the sideline, over the middle. He can hit a lot of different balls. The slant fade in the end zone. He loves that pass, the back shoulder. He's a really good quarterback. And I think if Carson Beck would have entered the draft, he probably does get picked last night. And I definitely think he has a case to be the number 1 quarterback chosen next year. Now you have to look at what teams might need a quarterback. The Jets, how long are they going to have Aaron Rodgers? The Jets need a quarterback soon. The Giants, I think, need a quarterback soon. That guy from Duke, I'm blanking on his name, with the big head, the big face. He's not getting it done. Average at best. The Giants need a quarterback soon. There's probably several other teams that I probably should have done a little, bit more research there, but it doesn't matter because teams are drafting quarterbacks in the first round for 4 or 5 years down the road anyway. So if any GM thinks you might be the guy in today's era of the NFL, teams are willing to risk it and say, hey, we like you enough that we can sit you. I think the Falcons, picking Michael Penix Jr. to sit for the future is a better pick than asking J.J. McCarthy to take over as a rookie and picking him where they did at 12? And then Bo Nix with 14 or something. Maybe Bo Nix was 12 because I think Bo Nix went before Brock Bowers. I've got it right here. Minnesota picked J.J. McCarthy at number 10. I think Carson Beck's a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy. and I think he's a better quarterback than Bo Nix. So that was funny. But if you're Carson Beck, you're going to get paid, and you know it. And if you just laser focus and have the best possible year you can, and maybe be in the Heisman conversation, win a national championship. Not only is he making good money right now, but he's going to be picked very high in next year's draft. And again, the way these quarterbacks are being taken, my son's got no option. Starting tomorrow, my son, 2 years old, he's gonna be throwing the football every day in the backyard. I don't care if it hurts. I don't care if he's tired. That's the decision I'm putting on him. Bad dad award. But the way these guys are getting paid, not only in college, what you've got to pay, your quarterback, but the fact that these teams are willing to risk a lot, a mid to early first round pick on a quarterback who at best, in my opinion, is an average to a below average starter in the league. I don't know what to expect from Drake May, but I do think Jane Daniels will be a solid starter who could be above average starter in the league. Maybe Drake May at his best could be in that range, but I think he's going to have some real struggles. I don't think J.J. McCarthy is a Pro Bowl type. I don't think Bo Nix is a Pro Bowl type. I think you're just looking at, again, below to average at best quarterbacks. And Carson Beck could be a guy who starts for a team and does very well at the next level. And there are a lot of teams, if they need a quarterback, or if you're a team that has an older quarterback and you're looking and Carson Beck is there, his name is going to be called early. So it's a good time to be a quarterback. If you have a young son out there, I suggest you show him how to throw a football. Not just saying that because it is a good time to be a quarterback anywhere. And again, Bo Nix didn't blow anyone away. He made some crafty plays. I think he's a really good college quarterback. Same with J.J. McCarthy, who didn't really show a whole lot. They ran the ball, and they were more of a smash mouth offense. He scrambled, made some plays on the run, and occasionally J.J. McCarthy would give you one of those wow NFL type of throws where you say, okay, maybe he can play at the next level in that league. But Bo Nix, when he's got guys coming after him and he's got to break down quickly, and I just don't see it. I think it's going to take a lot. But Sean Payton knows what he's doing. He's an offensive mind. But if it didn't work with Russell Wilson, you think it's going to work with Bo Nix? I know he's a football guy, coach's son, intellectual, smart kid, going to be safe with the football, but that's not going to win you games against the Chiefs and the Raiders. If the Raiders get a quarterback, they could be a team to watch. And the Chargers could be on the rise, but they're the Chargers. That's silly. That's silly to say out loud. If you just saying it out loud is funny. That the Chargers could do much of anything, but it'd be funny if they did. But yeah, I wonder who Carson Beck watched the draft with. It had to be his family, friends, teammates, but I'm going to assume there was a giant smile on his face. And same with Mike Bobo. If Mike Bobo can help Carson Beck become this quarterback who could win a Heisman, and they win a national championship together, and he goes off to be a top 5, top 10 pick in next year's draft, that says a lot about Mike Bobo's legacy. It just will, like it or not. But if they can get it done, Carson Beck could go down as one of the more gifted, talented quarterbacks to ever come through the program. If he wins a national title and goes on to be an NFL starter, which I think he's capable of. He's a guy who is more mobile than people think. He's more athletic than people think, but he's got a laser and he is accurate. The ball placement's there, the footwork. He has the ability to go from guy to guy to guy, and he did that against Tennessee multiple times, getting off that first read, finding someone else. He's won in big environments. And led come from behind victories because they were down almost every game last year, giving up a touchdown or field goal to the opposing team, felt like week after week after week. So I guess technically they did come from behind and 10 times last year, 11 times. I don't know if it was that many, but it was a lot. So he's shown the ability to have the potential to play at the next level, if that even makes sense, if what I just said makes sense. But yeah, if you've got a son, get him a little Nerf ball, get him a high school ball, college ball, anything. Just work. Just work. Get yourself a quarterback trainer out there because the return on investment is high if you can find a place to play high school. And, I'm kidding, but not really. So we'll see. My son will be a quarterback whether he likes it or not because the money's there, and these teams love drafting average quarterbacks and hoping it works out. Again, the Falcons think they're the Green Bay Packers. Going to be really interesting. but I don't agree with it, and I don't agree with J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix going in the top 12. I don't get it, but if you're Carson Beck, you absolutely have to love it. Thanks for watching this video. You can read more about this and a lot of other Georgia Bulldog team recruiting news on Dawg Post. You can sign up to our free newsletter. That link is right down below. It's free to sign up, free to read a lot of stories we have over on the site. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the website.